In this lesson, we're going to practice converting from the general form equation of a circle over to the standard form equation of a circle. Please put your pencils down. Do not simply copy off of me. Learn how to do it if you were having some trouble, but then go back and do it yourself. That's the only way to be sure that you really do know what you're doing. First, we're supposed to group the x's and group the y's. Well, there is no x term, so they are already grouped. So all we really need to do is we need to go ahead and get, well, nothing. Never mind. That's fine. So we can just proceed. Once the x's and y's are all together, like you see the y's are already together, now this x squared, we just don't have to worry about it. It's already done. When all you have is x squared, just leave it alone. Don't bother it. So focus on the y's for now. So looking at the y's, I've got this y squared plus 4y, right? Now leave a space to complete the square. Leave a gap. Okay, and over there somewhere I've got that 12. Now, back to this though. What's the magical number that completes the square? All right, this is going to be 4. Remember, I take half of the middle and I square that. So half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. That's where this number came from. If I add 4 on the left, I need to also add 4 on the right. Okay, bring down your x squared. All right, let's do the pink part. Now, the point of putting in this 4 is so that this should factor down as the same thing twice. Specifically, this is going to factor as y plus 2 times y plus 2. Let's see. Meanwhile, we have 16 over there. And so this is going to be x squared plus, and y plus 2 twice is the same as y plus 2 squared, and that equals 16. So notice the x squared, we were able to just leave that alone. But now, this is standard form. Okay, this is standard form right here. And in standard form, I can tell what the center is. Now look, if this had been x minus 3 squared, okay, and then the rest of it, then the center would have been 3 comma negative 2. Sort of do the opposite of these guys to get it. But since it's just x squared, all right, that means there's no number here being added or subtracted. Guess what that means? 0. That means it must be a 0. So this right here with the x squared, that tells me that the x coordinate of the center is just 0. Now the y coordinate, I'm still doing like opposite. So this is negative 2. So that's 0, comma, negative 2 is the center. Now the radius, well, remembering that this is the radius squared, so if I take the square root, that tells me that the radius is 4. Number 2. This one looks like it's going to be a little ugly. We'll see. I'm going to divide everything by 4. All right, this negative 21 is really bothering me, but sooner or later we're going to have to divide by 4. So I'd rather do it now, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to divide everything by 4. Okay, maybe it'll work out later. So that's going to give me x squared minus 5x plus y squared. Maybe I should do the color thing again. Okay, so plus y squared. And this doesn't go in evenly, so, you know, heaven help me. I've got negative 21 over 4. Just leave it as a fraction. Don't make it a decimal, please, right now. Okay. Now, the y squared, remember, if that's just y squared, it's already done. Leave it alone. Don't worry about it. That just means the y coordinate is 0. Well, if it's assuming it stays like this, that just means the y coordinate is 0. So, in fact, I'm going to just boldly go ahead and write that down. So it's going to be something, comma, 0. Now we just need to find the x value. So let's complete the square over here. So completing the square over here, and I wish I had left space. There, now I have space. We complete the square. Okay, look how ugly this is. The middle is 5. And you know how we have to do half the middle squared? Well, look at this. This is weird. If the middle is 5, half the middle is going to be 5 over 2. Okay? Now half the middle squared, so I'd have to square this. That's going to be 25 over 4. Okay? Half, this is the middle, this is half the middle, this is half the middle squared. So that is the magical number that I need to complete the square, plus 25 over 4. That's ugly, but I'm going to have to work with it. If I add it on the left, I need to add it to the right as well. Plus 25 over 4. So that's going to give me, because I have to factor this down now, I will have x minus, now watch this, it's going to be the square root of both of these, okay? So this is going to be that 5 over 2. It's this part right here, all right? 5 over 2. And it makes sense, because if I were to multiply this, negative 5 over 2 times negative 5 over 2 would give us positive 25 over 4. So it's going to be that. Now I still have that plus y squared hanging around. And then the rest of it equals. Now I can do this in my head, because when you add stuff like this up, fractions with like denominators, you're going to keep your like denominator and you're going to add the numerators. And I know that negative 21 plus 25 is 4. So this is going to just be 1. Kabam, nice and even. Now, if you did not follow what I just did, guess what I'm going to say? Use your calculator. I'm not going to say that it's not a shame, because you should be able to do this without a calculator. But hey, do you? Okay? So, for example, let's see if I can just slide this over. So I could do this on the calculator. So I could do negative 21 over 4 plus 25 over 4. Oh, look, I get 1. So either way, you're going to get 1. So finishing this problem up, the point of this was so I could write it as a binomial squared. Okay, so this is standard form right here. All right, so I knew the y value of the center was 0. But now I know that the x value is 5 over 2. Okay, it's the opposite sign. Okay, so positive 5 over 2. Now the radius must be 1. Okay, this is the radius squared. And if you took the square root of 1 is 1. So there. So that one was a little bit ugly with the fractions, but we've got the TI-30XS multi-view on our side. So let's just follow through the process and do what we have to do. It's not that bad when you have a calculator. All right, let's keep going. If you have a pencil in your hand, put it down. Go back and do it yourself later. This was a public service announcement. Let's see, we have to get the x's together. So I see x's here and here. So that's going to be x squared plus 6x. Leave a space. Now the y's, I see y squared, but that's the only y value. Okay, now I'm not feeling this negative 17, so I'm going to add 17 to both sides. Okay, so that's going to give me equals 17. Now, that y squared is done. Just leave it alone. It's minding its own business. We just need to finish the x's. We need to complete the square. Half the middle squared. Half of this is 3. 3 squared is 9. So we're adding 9 to both sides. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and factor this part. Should be the same thing twice. So x plus 3 times x plus 3. And then we have our y squared sitting there. Oh yeah, 17 plus 19, that's 26. All right, so that makes this x plus 3 squared. All right, I'm tired of switching colors. So plus y squared is equal to 26. So this is your standard form equation, which makes the center negative 3 comma 0. All right, opposite sign. And the radius is going to be the square root of 26. All right, obviously you see I got that from this. Remember that this is r squared, so you have to take the square root if I just want the radius. All right, that's how you do 3. Number 4. I see x's here and here. So that's going to be x squared, minus 4x. All right, now leave a space. Now I see y's here and here. So that's going to be, plus y squared plus 2y. Okay, let's see, y squared 2y. Leave a space is equal to 10. Now we complete the square. Half the middle squared. So half of this is 2. 2 squared is 4. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. Now we can factor this. So this should factor down as x minus 2 times x minus 2. All right, if this middle term is negative, these will be negative. And I'll have y plus 1 times y plus 1. Wait, I messed up earlier a little bit. This is a common mistake what I almost did. I gotta stop falling asleep here. I added 4 and 1 to the left-hand side, but then I didn't add it to the right. Students do that all the time. So as soon as I added 4 over there, I should have immediately put a plus 4 right there. And as soon as I added 1 right here, I should have immediately added 1 right there. So then I would have 15 over here. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, that's great. So anyways, 15. So as I write my final answer, I'm going to have x minus 2 squared plus, now I've got y plus 2 squared, and that is equal to 15. So the center is positive 2 comma, wait, this is not right. I am messing up today. That should be a 1, right? These are 2s, these are 1s, all right, obviously. So what was I saying? Yeah, so this will be negative 1. So it's the opposite of what's going on in here. So positive 2, negative 1, that's the center. The radius is going to be the square root of 15, since this is the radius squared. Take the square root. Put your pencil down. Put your pencil down. Let's see. So we need to collect the x's and the y's like you do. So these two x's are going to go together. So that's going to be x squared minus 7. Yeah, seriously, pencil down. I mean, I'm singing it, but you know, I'm very serious about this. If you have a pencil in your hand, that's why you probably didn't do as well as you wanted to on the last test, because of just those kind of shenanigans. Okay? Don't get me wrong. You're doing better than the kid that's not even watching the video at all. But don't you want to do your best? So go back and do this yourself, you guys. Okay. So I had to move that 12 over while I was talking. Now, we need to complete the square on these x's. Now, for the y squared, that's all alone, it's done. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. Oh, Lord, this is another one of those ones with the fractions. Again, do not have a pencil in your hand. I just showed you one similar to this. Which one was it? Number 2? Nope. Oh, that wasn't number 2 anyway. Yeah, number 2. Number 2 had all these fractions in it. All right, I did that for you. You watched that video. It's really important that you do it by yourself. Anyway, half of the middle squared, okay? Now, half of the middle is 7 over 2. Okay? So I need to do 7 over 2 squared. So that's going to be 49 over 4. So that's what I put. Plus 49 over 4. Half the middle squared. And because I add it to the left, I'm going to add it to the right. Yeah. Okay, take that in your face. Now, I need to factor this and such. So this is going to factor as x minus root of this. So it's going to be back to a 7 over 2. Twice. I've still got that plus y squared. I don't feel like changing colors anymore. So plus y squared is equal to. Now I'm definitely going to put this in the TI-30. Alright, I don't like it. No me gusta. Okay, good. So I've got negative 12 plus 49 over 4. That is 1/4. Okay, great. Great. So that's going to give me x minus 7 over 2 squared plus y squared is equal to 1/4. Now that is the standard form equation that I was looking for. That means the center is going to be 7 over 2 comma 0. Alright, it's the opposite of this, and when it's just y squared, that's a 0. Now the radius is going to be 1/2. Okay, this is the radius squared. So to get 1/2, I just took the square root of both sides. Alright, boom, there you go. Number 6. Again, I need to collect my x's and my y's. So the x's are going to be x squared minus x. Okay, leave a space. Then my y's are going to be y squared plus 3y. Leave a space. Alright, there's no constant for me to move over. So I've got equals 7.5. Okay, I guess we're doing decimals on this one. Why not? Now, and yes, it is looking like it will be a little ugly. On the x's, we need to complete the square. So this is like a 1 here, okay? Half of 1 is 1/2. Okay, so it's like I'm doing a 1/2 here. But it's not just half the middle, it's half of the middle squared. So if I square this, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, so that'll be 1/4. Now on this one, half of, and let me immediately add it to the other side, so plus 1/4, all right? 1/4 on the left, 1/4 on the right. Now this, half of 3 is 3/2, guys. All right, that's half of 3. Half of the middle here squared, if I square this, that's going to give me 9/4. So that's what I really want. Half the middle squared, 9/4. Okay, so now I have to factor these guys. So this side is going to factor as x minus 1/2 times x minus 1/2. Okay, you can think of it as taking the square root if you need to, or this will always be back to half of the middle again, or you can ask yourself what times what makes 1/4. All right, 1/2 times 1/2 makes 1/4. Whichever way you want to think of it. And now the y values will be y plus 3/2. All right, again, you could just take the square root of 9/4. That's what you put. All right. Wait, I forgot to add the 9/4. All right, I added 1/4 to both sides, but then I added 9/4 and apparently fell asleep. Okay, so to get what goes over here, I need to add up all 3 of these numbers. So I've got 7.5 plus 1/4 plus 9/4. 10. All right, look at that. Nice round number. Okay, so that's going to give me x minus 1/2 squared plus y plus 3/2 squared is equal to 10. All right, that means the center is 1/2 comma negative 3/2. All right, it's the opposite signs. Okay, and that means the radius is the square root of 10. All right, since this is r squared. So that's how you do number 6. Oh, wait a minute, was that it? Could I be that lucky? All right, guys, that's it for this lesson. I hope it was helpful. I hope you didn't copy off of me, and I hope that I see you on the next video.